Brother, brother, oh brother of mine, I wish you could be erased from all of time, that evil itself could take you away and leave me alone on this very day.
Okay, so last week we heard the first sort of news of Max, the Curse of Brotherhood from Press Play. Could you tell us a little bit what this game is all about and sort of how it connects to your previous work?
I definitely can. So we've been working on the game for 2 years now, and we've been thinking about it even longer. Ever since we made the first Max, we've been aware all the time of a lot of things we wanted, what direction we wanted to bring this game in, and this is pretty much the direction we wanted to bring it in. So it's a lot more mature game. It's a 2.5D platformer. We are building in a greater story into the game. It's very much trying to get the feeling of the 80s adventure movie, sort of like Goonies, Indiana Jones, The Labyrinth, like small hero in a hostile world trying to overcome something that seems impossible, but
yeah, so it is quite a change of direction. Can you tell us a little bit about the story? What is it that happens? The Curse of Brotherhood, of course, the undertitle sort of seems to suggest that, I don't know, is your brother the curse, or is he cursed, or what's going on?
I understand your confusion. So the premise of the story is basically that Max comes home from school one day and he finds his little brother Felix in his room destroying his toys, and Max finds on the internet, he finds a spell and he recites it, and ironically the spell works and it takes away his brother into this other dimension, and naturally Max regrets very fast and jumps after him. So Max doesn't really know what actually happened with Felix, but through his quest he will try and find out. But Felix has been taken by an evil villain in this other dimension who wants to sort of have this ritual where he can transform his old body into Felix's body, or his old. He can use Felix's body as his new body.
Reunite himself.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So the gameplay is quite interesting. It uses the magic marker that we're sort of used to, but there are also a lot of physics-based things and a lot of sort of open-ended puzzles. Is that what you wanted to explore, and sort of how are you sort of evolving the mechanics in this game?
On the game mechanics side, we're doing a couple of things that I think is really interesting and working very well. We changed the market mechanics, so now you draw from specific predetermined points in the game world, and what you draw is you can say a natural part of the game world. So you can draw the first thing you get in the wasteland where you come to in the game. You get an earth pillar where you can elevate things, and you can like make a wall between things with the earth pillar. But all in all, there's five powers throughout, and you'll learn them through the different environments there are. But it has allowed us to make a much tighter designed puzzle game, in the sense that going away from the free drawing part we had in the first Max, we can now design puzzles that are much more interesting, and also using different kind of ink or powers. We can do like interesting mechanics with, for instance, Divine works like rope, but it can also attach to things, so you can attach Divine to a tree and you will suddenly be able to do stuff that you couldn't do before. So I think we're keeping some of the creativity, or a lot of the creativity from the first Max, but we're now allowing to make a well-designed puzzle game, and that's very important.
So I get the sense that you can sort of there is a path through the game, but then there are things to the side of the path that you can explore if you're more skilled with using these.
There definitely is sub-tasks on the path, but the main game is rather linear. We're doing quite an effort to keep the story at all times, and also to keep a flow, so you kind of feel that you're getting somewhere and you're getting closer to. We really want people to play the whole game and get the whole experience of what's the story about and how the environment changes. But we have a collectible, which is the evil eye. It's the evil villain's control room. Sort of, he has like a room with a lot of screens in it. They're all like organic screens, and each screen represents an eye in a level. So it's like an eye. His eyes is where you can see what's going on. And Max, if you find those, you rip them out of the ground, and you're like.
Is there any reward for doing that?
Only achievements and completion.
It's for the collectible,
the boards and so on also. And then we also have. We're trying very much to find the right balance between being able to, what can I say, not get stuck in the game, but still having challenging puzzles.
I never want the player to fail and just be stuck somewhere.
We're trying to make sure that the player's never too frustrated with the game. But on the other hand, we have we started out calling it a super secret, but actually there's this old witch in the game. She's the one who actually turns the marker magical. She has like an amulet that's broken, and pieces of that Max will find throughout the game. But it's very hard to find those. And if you're going for those, you definitely said yes to a lot of challenge.
Then you have to learn really how to paint well.
I learn how to play well, yeah. But I think one of the important things with the whole design of the game has been we wanted to make this an XBLA game, and we wanted to target the XBLA crowd, and therefore we also wanted the game to work the best it could with a controller, and it's been designed from day one as a controller game. It's also one of the things, I think, all the powers and all the way the drawing mechanic works is simply thought out using a controller, and it's the only thing we ever tried. So,
because I would imagine that that's one of the main differences from the first game, is just sort of native controller support rather than, because the first game wasn't designed with that in mind.
I would say it's definitely one of the differences, but I think there's so many differences that calling one of the main differences is.
It was almost like, is this a sequel or isn't there a sequel? And it's like a little bit of this and a little bit of
I don't think of it as a sequel. I think it's a reboot, but we still love the old game, but the old game is sort of like more about how we fell in love with a mechanic than actually getting like the whole package of what a game should be.
So what's the plan ahead with Curse of Brotherhood? When are you planning to be done with it?
Right now we're just waiting for it to get out on XBLA, and really excited about it.
So your work is pretty much done?
We are working in the final process of fixing bugs and load times, and I mean, there's still a couple of issues left, but it's getting down to the very last of them.
Perhaps late spring or sometimes like that?
Hopefully May, yeah.
All right, thank you very much for your time.
You too.
And my beast will take care of Max. Still think your brother will save you?